Good morning. Thank you so much for watching. I just pulled up at BNI. It's Tuesday morning and I've got my 60-second sales presentation ready to go. Dan Udy, A1 Carpet Care, your carpet, floor, and upholstery cleaning professional. Yesterday morning, my wife Angela and I had an opportunity to tag team a very heavily soiled polyester carpet for a move-out cleaning. In the last 10 years, polyester carpet has gained massive momentum and traction in the marketplace, namely because it's a little bit more affordable. Unfortunately, not only is it much more difficult to clean, the fiber has a tendency to get crushed. Despite all that, we were met with tremendous results and captured it on video and published it to our daily YouTube vlog. Our ask this week is that you go on my personal Facebook page, find episode number 29, and share that to your page. By simply sharing our content with your audience, you're helping us reach and thereby serve more people and grow a stronger brand. Somebody you know needs and wants what we offer. Dan Udy, A1 Carpet Care, changing lives one carpet at a time. The one and only cleaning job that me and Cole got to do today, and you can see is pretty rough. We probably haven't cleaned this carpet in 5 or 6 years, and there are quite a few coffee stains, coffee spills rather, spots, because they did come out pretty easily, but gum, all kinds of debris, and just a heavily soiled commercial glue down, which just means that there's no pad underneath this carpet. It is glued straight to the subfloor, and it's kind of like a bluish gray color. Despite the spots and pretty heavy soiling, it's actually, the carpet fiber itself is actually not in too bad of shape, but there are some pretty severe issues we had to deal with. So it's probably about 1,000 square feet. We didn't end up measuring it, but I had cleaned it. It's been many years. First step of our cleaning process, as you can see here, is just a commercial vacuuming or the removal of all the dry soil. And the vast majority of all soil in a carpet is actually the dry soil. So it's very important that you take the time and remove as much of that as possible with commercial vacuuming like you see us doing here. The two vacuums we have in use right now is the Workhorse and the ProTeam 1500 XP. We have a couple of those on each of our vans, and they work really, really well. One of them's a canister vacuum, the one I'm using, and the other one actually has a bag. So, we have one of each just for fun. So this job was actually in a neighboring city about an hour away from where we're stationed in St. Mary's and Kingsland. This was in Nahunta, Georgia. So like I said, just under an hour away. We've got quite a few friends out this way that keep us in mind for carpet cleaning. So once we got done with the commercial vacuuming, which took us about 15-20 minutes, we were able to make pretty good time on this. And actually this entire job we made really, really good time on. From start to finish, we were here just over an hour, so not too bad. But once we got all the commercial vacuuming done, we went ahead and applied a soap-free detergent, and that's the gentleman that led us into the job today. Really nice guy. I met him years ago, but got to talk to him again today. So he just let us know that when we were done to please lock it up. And I asked him to turn the heat on to 72, which I actually regretted about halfway through because it did not feel like 72. It felt like about 82. Definitely warmed up. It was a really nice cool day, so having the doors open with the nice cool, and there you can see as much of all the dry soil. We didn't actually get a whole bunch of dry soil out of this carpet. I only vacuumed about half. Cole vacuumed about the other half. But all in all, a nice chunk. Definitely made it worth our while. So here you see Cole coming in, taking his time going over the heavier spots with the preconditioner. And you can see this stuff's so potent, this preconditioning brew that we mixed up, it's so potent that pretty much as soon as we spray it onto those spots, they kind of almost disappear. I mean, it immediately, you can tell the chemical immediately goes to work on breaking those spots down. Oh, I'm not supposed to use the word chemical. Solution. That sounds way less harmful. Yeah, last time I made one of these videos for the daily vlog and I used the word chemical, Angela, my lovely wife, was like, hey, honey, you probably shouldn't have used the word chemical. It sounds bad. You should use the word solution, which is hilarious because I actually learned that before she ever did by going to the school on carpet cleaning school. That's where they taught me that. Just like, ironically, when I worked in the restaurant industry and I said, hey, grab me a I would say, grab me a rag to wipe this down. They said, we don't have any rags. You want to use the word towel because it sounds a whole lot better than rag. When you say rag at a restaurant, it just doesn't create a real good visual image for people. Just so we try to use the word solution instead of chemical. Okay, so once we got it completely preconditioned, we completely skipped the agitation step of this cleaning process. So we didn't CRB any of this carpet fiber. I guess mostly because I'd cleaned it before and I knew that it would turn out really, really good without that process. So again, that's probably not a great excuse, but I knew we could get away with it and it would still turn out really, really well. So once we got the preconditioner on there, we allowed for a little bit of a dwell time, but then straight to the step known as hot water extraction, commonly referred to as steam cleaning. So being that I said this job took us just over an hour, you can tell that we sped this up a lot. But there I am. I let Cole pre-spray the entire job, so I figured it'd be good of him to let me extract the entire job. A lot of people call me a wand hog, just meaning I really hate to give up the wand when I'm cleaning. I'm a little bit of a control freak, if you haven't figured that out too. So there I am with the wand, trying to get that spot out, warmed it up for Cole. He came over with a spotter bag. Initially, he set it on the table, and I said, "Oh, don't set that on the table." Another thing I learned: don't ever set your tool bag on the table of the customer. But he went to try to get that spot out of there with some different solvents, and we just had no luck. So that's when we realized it was probably like a melted plastic or something. But he's doing a really good job of keeping my hoses out of my way. We decided to keep those tables in place because it was really easy to vacuum underneath them, pre-spray underneath them, and basically do the hot water extraction. We did move all the chairs to the tile you can see there on the right. The last time we cleaned this building, we actually cleaned that tile and grout as well, and it cleaned up really well. But they asked us if we needed to do that today, and I said, no, not necessarily. Let's just stick to the carpet. The carpet proved to be quite a task, just in and of itself. So we're going to probably end up doing the tile the next time we come out. Like I said, this was the only cleaning job that Cole and I did. But leaving here, we actually went straight to a water restoration job that we are in the process of drying out. It happened on Saturday, and today we ended up drilling some holes in a beam in the ceiling to help dry out. The ceiling was drying up really well, but there was one area that it appeared as though we had some moisture trapped, so we ended up drilling some holes in that to help get some air injected into that space and dry that out better. But yeah, after that job, my nice pretty black shirt was completely covered in sheetrock dust from that, so I probably should have had some kind of like hazmat suit on, but I didn't. And it was kind of cool because we rolled up to that job, and I was kind of explaining it a little bit to Cole before we arrived, and we walked in there, and as soon as we walked in there, the tenant, because we're actually working for a property management company, so the tenant was like, "Hey Cole, what's up?" Him and his wife both knew Cole really well from back when Cole worked at Dominos. I guess that guy was his boss, so that was kind of neat that Cole knew him. And as we went out to the van after we got done using the moisture meter, we went to the van to grab the drill and extension cord and some other things to keep it clean. And I was like, "Oh, I bet you got some stories about working at Domino's." And Cole kind of laughed and said, "Yeah, I do." And so it's funny because Cole and I both used to actually deliver pizzas at one point. I was in the Navy, and I had a part-time job at Pizza Hut delivering pizzas. That's before I started to wait tables at Sonny's Barbecue, which eventually led to me waiting tables at Ruby Tuesdays, which eventually led to me being introduced to the guy who owned A1 Carpet Care, David. And then, of course, you guys know the rest of the story. I ended up buying that company, and here we are. So anyway, this was a fun job. It was really kind of cool to drive an hour to get to it because I had Cole with me. So we were able to kind of talk and just, get to know each other a little bit better, even though he's been working with us quite a bit. Cole's become more than just, an employee or, a teammate. He's become a really good friend of mine as well, which is kind of the cool thing. One of the many cool things about owning your own little business is you can kind of pick and choose who you get to work with. But really appreciate everybody taking the time to watch this. As always, if you haven't done so, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel, mash that thumbs up, and leave a comment below on your favorite part of the video. So here's the finished product, and just wanted to walk you around slowly and not in fast motion. So you can see that spot right there did not come out. But other than that, oh my gosh, look around. I mean, every single one of those drink spills, the dip spit, Yes, I said dip spit. We're in the South out here. A lot of people use that smokeless tobacco. And there's my little tripod. But no, it turned out really, really well. I mean, every single one of those spots pretty much came right out of there. And of course, I talked to the gentleman that let us in. I think his name was Andy. I talked to him about an hour or two after we left this job, and he was very curious. Hey, man, how did it turn out? I said, oh, you're going to be very, very pleased. It turned out amazing. And he was like, I thought there'd be a lot of spots that didn't come out. And, there was a couple, but for the most part, it turned out really. And look at this water. OMG. It was so dark and stanky and nasty, and definitely made me realize that carpet was in need of a washing. So thanks again for watching, guys. Really appreciate it, and we'll see you at the next one. Back by popular demand, here is me eating my food: Brussels sprouts, black beans, and sprouts. And my little dinner today, I had, oatmeal, steel-cut oats, raisins, and cashews with chia seeds and almond milk for breakfast. Then I had 2 bananas on my way home from BNI. Came home, had some pasta salad with tomatoes and peppers. Really, really good. And then, that was it until dinner, which is Brussels sprouts, black beans, and sprouts. And there's Warren. Thank you guys again so much for watching. I really appreciate everybody's support. And I will see you guys tomorrow.